I love Bob Ross's philosophy. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. And however you found this video, it's a very happy accident that you are here watching this right now, because what you see here is going to change the way you paint forever. I'm going to show you some really cool new Bob Ross style effects that come from the world of spray paint art and use a cheap airbrush. I'm also using newspaper, kitchen sponges, and other stuff that you find around the house and at the grocery store. If you watch closely, you can see all the weird tricks I'm using to paint this picture. If you're new to airbrush, this is perfect for you. I'm painting with a simple $13 airbrush that anyone can buy and use. If you already know how to airbrush, this is also perfect for you, because you won't find these techniques anywhere else. These techniques come from the Mexican world of spray paint art. Bob Ross was a real role model for me. I tried to be as relaxed and fun as he was when I traveled to Mexico when I was 19 years old. I actually hitchhiked down the coast to Puerto Vallarta, but don't tell my mom and don't do this now. Things have totally changed since then. That's where I joined a group of bohemian artists who made their living doing spray paint art on the boardwalk. You may have seen people painting planets and landscapes with spray cans, maybe when you were on vacation somewhere. It's that kind of thing. I learned the techniques of spray paint art from the original Mexican inventors. And there were always so many similarities with Bob Ross's work. And some of my Mexican spray paint art friends knew who he was. The way they painted really fast, the way they made their trees, their lakes, their mountains, I kept remembering what I had learned from Bob Ross so many years ago, and that helped me so much while I was learning spray paint art, even though the techniques kind of work in opposite ways. If you watch the show, The Joy of Painting, you know that Bob Ross keeps adding thick paint on top of thinner paint. Spray paint art puts thin layers of paint on top of thicker paint, and then removes part of it, usually with newspaper. But the two techniques ended up really complementing each other. After 16 years spray painting in Mexico, I moved back to New York for various reasons, and I wanted to find ways to do spray paint art techniques with acrylic paint. And again, I remembered Bob Ross and all the amazing things that I'd learned from him. I spent over a year in my garage developing new ways of doing spray paint art with a cheap airbrush and regular water-based acrylic paint. Whenever I had a question about how to make something, Bob Ross's videos were so helpful. I have watched them over and over, and I've learned from them throughout my whole life. In fact, the greatest compliments I've ever been paid is when people on my YouTube channel and my students call me a female Bob Ross. I really appreciate that they see me as following in his footsteps. By now, I hope you can see his influence and his spirit in parts of my work, and I hope you will enjoy these new techniques and find lots of joy in painting here. I've created a series of videos to demonstrate everything you need to know to start painting like Bob Ross on steroids with an airbrush. There are also lots of fun lesson videos where you can learn to paint complicated scenes in minutes. You can learn to do most of these paintings in under 20 minutes each. It's easy to sign up now and start painting like Bob Ross with a cheap airbrush and new original airbrush techniques. You don't need to know how to airbrush or anything in particular to be able to enjoy learning this. I also try to make the classes fun and relaxing, just like The Joy of Painting. These classes are great for both beginners and professionals because the techniques are completely new and easy to understand. I show you how to airbrush and speed paint landscapes, volcanoes, cosmic scenes, ocean scenes. And please keep checking back for new lesson videos. I'm really enjoying making these videos for you, and I've got so much I want to share with you. You can even get started for free by clicking the Get My Free Lessons button below. Or go right ahead and purchase the setup package. Dive right into the good stuff. The setup package includes everything you need to get started, plus some amazing bonuses like how to paint on cars, how to paint planets, and lots more. Click on the Get Started Now button to start painting like Bob Ross with an airbrush today. If you have any questions, just email me, Elisa Amor, personally at spraypaintartsecrets@gmail.com. It's amazing for me to be able to share all this with you. Welcome and enjoy.